Alrighty, all right. Everybody, welcome back to Rolling Out After the Game. Today we are rejoined by a very special guest. He was on the show a couple months ago. We got Shawne Merriman in the building. Sean, how are you doing, sir? Hey!
What's up, my man? What's going on?
Oh man, you know I can't call it. This intro this time was a lot more chill than it was back in Vegas. I don't know if you remember that one, but
Yeah, y'all remember now? Y'all turned up, man. That
oh
was
yeah,
like one
okay,
of the
there it
main
is.
shit
He
show.
remembered. He remembered. He remembered. He
Yeah,
remembered. I did the lights out celebration for those of you who didn't see the interview. Just to like knock that off my bucket list of interview stuff and everything like that. But speaking of lights out, the name of your new app is Lights Out Extreme Fighting. I had to make sure. No, hold on, no. That's not the name of the app. That's the name of the league. You got so much going on, so I'm like,
I
because
know, I
last time
know.
what we were talking about in Vegas was the fighting league, and we were talking about the next match that you guys were hosting and stuff like that. But now you have your own app, and you're the first sports athlete to launch your own free sports app. So, just what are some more details about that app? I'll leave it up to you. Open floor right here.
Yeah, man. Yeah, let's call it Lights Out Sports TV. And it's free ad supported app, but it's available on all major CTV platforms. So we're on Roku, Apple TV, Amazon Fire, LG, Philips. I was watching on TCL. I was in the gym the other day and I popped it up on TCL. I was in there getting a workout and it was pretty cool. Android, iOS. And so, what's cool about it is now the Lights Out Extreme Fighting, my MMA league, is now live exclusively on Lifestyle Sports TV, man. But we got TNA wrestling on there, chess is on there, Mav TV, which is a lot of motorsports is coming up on there. God, man, we got 12 or 13 channels already, a lot of VOD content, and we're gonna announce a really big partnership with somebody that's coming on board, man. So my thing was this: I was like, it's nothing against the other streaming service. Like I'm still a subscriber to all of them, but it was like everything's so fragmented when it comes to sports, right? Like you can't see your favorite sports. You got to go over here. You got to go over here. It was never in really one place. And so I wanted to create this locker room vibe where you just go to one place, one platform, and get all your sports. I'm adding. We're gonna make an announcement soon. Sports movies and sports documentaries are going up. A couple hundred movies and documentaries going up here in the next few weeks. So that to me, man, it's like, and I'm a big, documentary, all the 30 for 30 type of deals, and the just the growing pains of an athlete, some of the stuff that guys go through, and all these sports movies, man, these tear jerkers, people sit back, a guy get hurt and come back, and just inspirational stuff. So, anyway, I just wanted to create a free platform, man, where everybody can see it, and it's in one aggregated spot where they're not having to go to all these separate places. And the distractions we've had so far, man, has just been unreal. So people have checked this thing out. But anyway, just you guys go to any major CTV platform. You got iOS, Android. Download Lights Out Sports TV. We're there.
No, 100%. And congratulations. First things first, let's clap that up. Let's clap that up. Ownership, innovation of just starting something new and not just kind of starting, because it's one thing to become an entrepreneur and start something that, multiple people have done. It's a different thing to do something that's different and innovative. And in addition to the entrepreneurship and the business mindset. So definitely salute to you for that. Tubi, I know somebody was writing a story about Tubi a couple weeks ago about how they were really kind of almost getting ahead of some of the other streaming services just because the fact that they are free. And like a lot of people like make fun of Tubi movies and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, it's like the numbers looking kind of close to these other places that we would consider like
Yeah.
high quality cinema and everything like that. Us over here rolling out, we are free, Black public media organization and stuff like that, and we're ad supported. So I guess just for you from that standpoint of getting a free streaming service and network and app and everything like that, and getting those sponsors, like you said, you guys have a new partnership that you guys are about to announce. Closing in on that right now and stuff like that before you
hmm
officially announce it and stuff like that. What were some of the keys to getting those? Hey, I got this vision. Can you believe in me? Hey, I got this. How did you kind of get those big wigs to listen to you?
I was fortunate, man, because even when I was playing, I was working with, I was doing a lot of shooting with these networks, right? Fox Sports, ESPN, CBS, NBC. I worked at ABC. I worked at literally all of them. And then when I retired, I went straight to NFL Network as a broadcast and helped them launch, some of their biggest shows. Left there, went to Fox Sports for a couple of years, helped them launch some of the biggest shows. Went to ESPN, was at some of the biggest show launches there. And so in WWE, man, I spent some time with WWE too, hosting WrestleManias and SmackDowns, Thursday Night Raws. I mean, it's Thursday Night SmackDowns, Monday Night Raws. And so, for me, when you've been around as long as I have, and also too, I have been in front of the camera as a talent, and also been behind it as somebody had to put together these shows and understand which camera's doing what, and just you understand the business. Then you start getting into the ad side, man, and you guys know like everything's about ads and marketing and sponsorship and viewership. And so being able to understand all this stuff, man, and then too, I don't overlook being able to come on, shows like you guys, man, and get a chance to talk about it. Everybody can't do that. You guys aren't just having everybody on these shows, and so because it got to be amusing for your fan bases and something that people want to go hear. So like, I got an upper hand when it comes to that too, to be able to have the opportunity to jump on these shows and talk about what I'm doing. All that stuff is key and helpful, man. So that's why we're moving at the pace. And then too, when you work at these bigger networks, man, I know all the people that do what. So I'm like, hey man, come over. I need your help. This is what I want to do. And everybody that I've talked to in this space has just been down, has been in saying, man, we get your vision, we see it, we know you work your ass off, we believe in what you're doing, that we know you believe in what you're doing. And so I'm having some of the biggest people, man, from these other companies willing to come over and be a part of what I'm doing. So all those things combined has been a big help.
Right, no, 100%. And the last time we spoke in Vegas, obviously the name of the show was rolling out after the game. We talked a lot about, you and advice for after the game and, life after the game and things of that nature. This time, with that answer, I want to ask you about life after employment. What it like, because what you just said there was like your thinking was different as an employee. There are a lot of employees now with aspirations to get that knowledge and to get that experience before making that jump and cut a little bit off of that risk of becoming an entrepreneur. So I just wanted to ask you, like how did you have that mindset of like being an aware employee instead of just I got to come to the studio at 7 and shoot the show and talk about the game and then go home.
Yeah, I think it's all a mindset, right? And by the way, there's nothing wrong with being an employee because I couldn't do what I'm doing if I didn't have employees, right? You need employees, you need a good team, a good staff to do in order to do what you got to do. But let me tell you, people don't fully grasp the concept of being an employee and when it's yours, right? There's no 9 to 5, right? There's no hey, I'm gonna clock out. I'm not working a day. I'm not like you don't have a choice. People think being the boss is cool. It ain't cool at all, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like I try to tell people all the time that it's, starting your own business, it's not fun. It's not easy. You can't just clock in, show up at 9 o'clock in the morning and say, hey, I'm done with this. I'll get emails at 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock at night from people in another country looking for answers from me, and I gotta respond. It's no clocking out. And when things go wrong, people look at you, right? They don't care who in the company, who did what, and who thought it was, whose company is it. They're looking at the person. So but I want to say this too, and this is why I think I'm a lot different than most CEOs or founders out there. Is that being a former athlete, I'm very team oriented, right? I'm very team oriented. It almost freaks me out when people call me boss or I own the company or something like it. It's weird. I look at myself as a team leader, right? And I'm just leading the team because I've been doing that my whole entire life, just leading a team. And just like football, you need 11 guys on the field that's doing their job in order for that one play to work. If 11 people not doing their job, that play is busted, right? A guard or offensive lineman missed that block. It could be a perfect pass, wide receiver dropped the ball. It's just anything. You need 11 people doing their job in order for that one play to work. And so I have that mindset of team. I have to lead a team and put the team on the right direction. But you need those other 10 guys on the field doing their job in order to succeed, man. But I posted something the other day where Dana White came out and said, "Man, you think being a boss is fun? Being owning your own company is fun until you really, really got to do it, right? Them holidays come around, you're getting pulled in so many different ways. You got to, find a way to keep making it happen. You find yourself problem solving more than you do working. It's like putting out this fire, fixing this, fixing that, which I enjoy, man. I wake up for it, and so like, that's the mindset from an employee to owning your own company.
I want to ask you kind of more of a basic question, but you sound very, and every time that I've spoken with you, like it's very intelligent, it's very clear and coherent. After a full kind of length football career, and then going into like the world of combat and everything like that, combat sports. I just want to ask you because it's such a thing and a stigma and a big topic of discussion of like football players post playing career, like their heads are scrambled eggs unless you're like Peyton Manning or Tom Brady, barely got touched. You know what I mean? You scrambled eggs, it's CTE and everything like that. What why do you think your mind is still so like just good right now?
Well, one, I was doing the delivering. I wasn't receiving much. That's one. But I think this too, man. If you take two football players, and I think, see, first of all, CT is real. I'm not going to downplay that at all. But I do think that it's amplified because you might have two guys out of 10 with some real problems. And those two guys get paid attention to, so those other eight get the trickle down effect of all you guys are like those two, right? And I think that when it comes to that, it's just a stigma, and it's also been used to the general public as a handicap for an athlete, right? Like we all know what we signed up for. We know we're gonna have some head stuff. Dude, I got fingers is crooked. I've had surgeries to my knees and my knee and my shoulders, Achilles, finger, wrist. We all know that those things are part of their job, man. But that's not the end all be all. You don't play football, get CT, and just go off and go broke and die, man. Like that stigma happens because people like to be loud about those two cases out of the 10. And so while CT is very real, I've known guys who really struggle from it, teammates and guys I played against. There's also some underlying stuff going on where that's not the end all be all. That those other eight guys are doing extremely well. Those guys is just not amplified like the two that everybody like talking about. So that's pretty much why. And then two, man, I was flying around like a dog. I was prepared for those hits. I wasn't sitting around like, oh, I got a concussion or something happened or somebody hit me. I was getting after people. So I think a little bit of that played in it too as well.
It's like a shout out Coach Prime. People were always asking him why he's so fast. He's like, I didn't like getting tackled. Just run away from the people.
That's
I
right.
want to I want to ask you about you mentioned chess and poker is going to be involved. Obviously, like the World Series, probably like is a big thing on ESPN for years and years and
Yep.
Fox and all the other sports networks. But chess is something a bit different. Why did you like not look past chess? Because that's something like when I'm thinking about I want to start a sports network, you'll think about extreme sports, you'll think about like stuff like the X Games and the Winter X Games in golf and all these different things. And poker will probably be like maybe like my most out of bounds type of thinking of a sport. Where did chess come into play for you, and how did you think of all these sports include?
I think of all the sports that are big but are not like it's almost like underappreciated, right? Like poker, I mean, chess is so big internationally. These chess tournaments they have all over the world, man. Thousands and people show up, millions of people watching. It's so big globally, and I was like, man, what if I had a platform and then put them there where they have these live tournaments and put it on the app? And believe it or not, man, they're like behind all the sports we have on there. They're like second or third most watched. Chess is. TNA is up there, wrestling is up there, obviously, Swerve Combat, Glory Kickboxing. You got your combat sports and your action sports type of deal up there. Outdoor America, which we launched too, which is fishing, hunting, and all that stuff is on there as well. We just launched that the other day. But chess is up there, man. I had no idea, and this would happen. I started listening to the commentary on chess. So you see chess, you know their strategy, but you don't know why, right? And so now I'm listening to the commentary, picking up why the moves are made and what strategic moves are happening, and that's what got me into chess. I had no idea, right? I was a checkers guy, but now that I'm picking up on the commentary with chess, and I think I got some big stuff coming up with them also with chess, man. They are massive when it comes to international viewership.
Right, right. No, 100%. And like, like you, I'm a checkers and Uno guy. I like simplicity. I like something that everybody can get, all ages and stuff like that. But like you
Right.
said, that chess is so empowering for your mind. And like you say, like you point out a great point there as well with the commentary. and also like kind of giving you. So it's like almost educational type of programming there. I want to ask about esports because esports is such a big thing now. Is that coming
Hmm.
on the platform? Is on the way on the horizon?
Yep, I would say about 45 days esports should be up, and that's another big get for us. We all know that esports is bigger than all the sports, maybe even combined. I mean, obviously playing in the NFL, football will always be king in the U.S. Nobody, no sport would ever overtake football in the U.S. Globally, you can talk soccer, you can talk some of this other stuff, but esports, man, globally is bigger than everybody. And I realize how big that is. And I would love to start having live esports competitions on the app. And I'm in talks right now. So I'll get their channel. I got the biggest esports channel coming on probably in the next, 45 days. But I wanted to start getting into talking to them about having the live sports aspect so people can watch them live.
And we're running out of time here, Shawne. But I did want to ask you this. You mentioned one of the things that you were going to have on Lights Out TV. One of the things you were going to have were like documentaries because you really love the 30 for 30 type of things and talking about the highs and the lows of athletes. I want to ask you, in your playing career, it felt like at the peak of your career, you were the hottest thing smoking in the NFL, the biggest trending topic in the NFL. You and LaDainian Tomlinson for the Chargers and stuff like that, and then boom, suspension happens, and then you become the biggest story in the NFL because of your suspension. During those few
Mhm.
weeks, what did you really learn about yourself and your career in life?
Well, for one, I was bored as hell for those 4 weeks I was suspended. But something good came out of that, man. I actually, it was the same time Hurricane Katrina happened in New Orleans. For the first 2 weeks, I went out there with a big organization and started helping them rebuild homes and stuff like that, um, and doing that. But the second part of that is, you know, I had to bounce back from it, man. It was like a constant, thing where I was getting hammered in the media, and I had to figure it out. I came back and actually started having uh, bigger, bigger play. I had 2 or 3 sacks. Yeah, I had 2 or 3 sacks my first game back against the Bills, man. I wanted to make a statement, right? They put that chip on my shoulder because I was on every dude. I remember when I got suspended, I was on every media outlet there is, not in the country, in the world. I was calling around. I called. I think I called my grandmother, and she was talking to me. She's like, "Keep your head up, all this stuff." I said, Mom, what the hell is Al Jazeera, right? I said, "What?" You asked my grandmother. I said, Mom, what the hell is Al Jazeera? And I was on world news, right? And so I think that, again, man, you go back and those times are terrible, man, but it did something for you where I got a chip on my shoulder and I actually used it. But yes, it's crazy times, man. But to live through that and then kind of come out on the other side has been pretty cool.
Well, Shawne, we are so proud of you and everything that you're doing. After that moment in your career, and of course, what you're doing after the game, and stopping by here once again to rolling out after the game. I want you to plug once again, Lights Out Sports TV everywhere where people can find it and support and all those good things.
Yep. Download Lights Out Sports TV. We're on Roku, Apple TV, Amazon Fire, iOS, Android, Philips, LG TVs, any major CTV platform. You can check us out there. We got a big fight coming up July 27th in Long Beach, California, to be exclusively live on Lights Out Sports TV. So you guys check it out. Got all your poker, your fishing, your hunting, your motorsports, your wrestling, got TNA there. So and then your movies and your sports movies and documentaries are coming here in the next 2 to 4 weeks, man. So check us out.
Ownership, innovation, and intelligence. Shawne Merriman, everybody. Thank you so much for stopping by rolling after the game. I'm Shawne
You
Milligan.
got it, bro.
As always,
Thanks for having me
until
on.
next time, please take care of yourselves.